All right, now for the past few weeks, I have been selling puts and it has been working really, really great. Now, one of the questions that I receive all the time is how exactly do I find the stocks that I want to sell put options on? And this is what I want to show you right now. But when selling puts, I have my own checklist. So here you see the checklist with the 15 points and picking the best stock. One of the first things that I'm looking for is volatility, since I am selling options. Now, when selling options, you want to have a lot of volatility because this is when the premiums are high. So I want to see that the stock shows up on the TradingView hot list for a few days. And I want to show you exactly today how I'm doing this. I then also like to look for stocks that are relatively cheap, between $20 and $50. I need to make sure, especially when selling puts, that I'm okay owning the stock at the strike price for long-term hold. So as you can see, it is a 15-point checklist that I have here. And today I want to walk you through these first few steps here. So let's get started. Let's talk about the scanner here actually and the hot list. As you know, I like to use TradingView, and TradingView has a hot list here on the upper right hand side. This is where it shows for the US exchanges the volume gainers for today, the percentage change gainers, and the percentage change losers. So as you can see today, INO moved up 21%, GE moved down 2%, AMD moved up 0.5%. So I'm looking for stocks that had a substantial down move, because this is part of the checklist that we need to make sure we are entering on a down day. You see, this is step number 15 on this checklist here. So I wanted to find stocks that have been on this list for quite a few days. But you see, recently I also created my own scanner, and I want to show you how exactly I go about finding the best stocks. So you see, TradingView here has a stock screener built in. So I created a stock screener here, and right now I'm removing the indicators to make it a little bit easier for me. So here's what I'm looking for. I just want to see common stocks. I don't care about preferred stocks. I don't care about ETFs, because especially for this strategy, it has worked best when trading it on stocks. Now I want to see that the last price is above $5. I do not like to trade penny stocks. I don't like to trade anything that is below $5. Now, in terms of the change, I want to see that we are down at least 2%, the more the better. The volume, I want to see that we have 1 to 50 million, and it shows you the sector. I'm not too interested in the sector. One of the things on the checklist, as you know, is we need to make sure that there's enough volatility, that the stock is relatively cheap, especially when you're trading a smaller account. And you see, this is here super important. Would you be okay if you owned the stock at the strike price for long-term hold? So here's what I like to do in order to figure this out. I want to actually switch to a weekly chart. I'm just zooming out that I see the past few years. Now I'm clicking on the first stock so that it automatically shows me the weekly chart. And as you can see, this stock has been going up. It's still fairly expensive, and right now it is down today 12%. It says in the finance sector, I'm not too hot on this stock. So let's take a look at another one, XP. Now XP is a stock that just recently started trading, and one of the criteria that I have is no crazy stock. You see, is the stock normal and not a crazy stock? For me, this looks more like a crazy stock. Let's see if we find something that makes more sense. Okay, here we go. Arconic Corporation. Here's what I'm looking for. I want to see that over the past few years, it has been trading at a fairly high level, and just recently, because of the market crash, has been crashing down. So this actually looks fairly interesting. Now I want to make sure that I'm not trading into earnings, and you see, we have 39 days until earnings, so I'm flagging this as possibility. So now we take a look at MC. And you see, no, MC has overall been in a downtrend, so I don't like this. TGI, the Triumph Group, don't like this. HP, it's not Hewlett Packard, it's Helmerich and Payne. Also not too hot on this stock. Let's just see if we find a few others. Let's take a look at LAS. LAS might not be bad. However, they report earnings in 5 days, so this wouldn't work. Let me just see. Oh, here's Boeing. Boeing is a good one. Reporting earning in 5 days. Not too good. I'm going to flag it now anyhow, just so that I can show you the process that I'm going to. What else do we have? Spirit. Oh, that's good. Spirit Aerosystems Holdings. 12 days to expiration. As you can see, over the past year, since 2017, they've been trading between $60 and $90. Right now, they plummeted to $18. That could be an interesting one too. Let's flag this one. There's Zoom video communications. Now Zoom has been flying high recently. Let me just see. Oh, there's NCLH. I always like this one. I've been trading it recently. There's First Solar, not too... You see, I'm sparing you right now going through this list of, what is it, 40 right now. So I want to keep it easy here because I want to show you the next step that I do. Now again, NCLH right now, earnings in 12 days. So we're still okay there, I believe. So this is where then I use my put option calculator, and I'm now picking my watch list for the symbols that I flagged. So you see I have ARNC, BA, SPR, and NCLH. So let's go back to my put options calculator, and I'm putting this in right here. So AR and C, because now I want to see if there is enough premium in there and what strike price I should trade. And this is just an example. If you're interested in learning more about this, I'm doing a whole class where I'm not only going through the exact steps, and I'm really taking my time here, but I'm also trading live with you. And if you're interested in this, just go to my website, rockwelltrading.com. This is where you'll find more information about this class. So, okay, NCLH. Now I'm entering the exact price that it's trading right now. So it is 803. Oh, by the way, this is when you also get this tool as part of the class here. SPR 1819. See, I'm just taking the prices from here, and here I'm taking 1099. Now, what I need to do next is that I'll look for some natural support and resistance. So I'm going back to my checklist, right? Because this is where we are now selecting the best strike price. So is the strike price at least one STD away? Can it drop at least 25%? Is the delta in an acceptable range? Is the strike price at natural support below? So that's what we're going to do right now. But before we do this, let me just ask you, is this helpful thus far? Because if it is, give me a quick thumbs up or a quick like, because this way I know that you find this interesting and I continue doing these educational and instructional videos for you. And if this is your first time here and you would like to have more videos like this, consider subscribing to my channel. Anyhow, next step. Now that we have these 4 stocks, let's actually see if we have some natural support or resistance that we can use here. So I'm switching to a daily chart, and I start with ARNC. And looking at ARNC, it seems that right here at the $5 level, there is some natural support. So we didn't dip below the $5 level. Roughly, I put in the strike price here of $5, and we see, oh yeah, we can drop 38%. So that's pretty good. So we do the same for BA, for Boeing. And you see, it seems that, like 115, maybe 110 sounds good. 110 would only drop 15. So we might have to go for 100. Wow, even lower, 90. So 90 strike price. Okay, SPR. Seems that in SPR here, probably around 12, 13. So let's try this. NCLH, I still like the 8 level here a lot. This is what I recently traded. Just closed out a trade today with over $1,000, $1,300 profit on NCLH. So we probably have to go for 8 or maybe even 750. See, now we see that we're good to go. The stock can drop at least 25% in all these 4. So now it's a matter of finding enough premium here and expiration. So let's do this. We have 7 minutes going into the close. I'm recording this on April 24th in the afternoon. It is a Friday, so 6 minutes to the close. Let's quickly jump onto the trading platform here, go to the option trader and take a look at some premiums for these instruments to see if it actually makes sense to trade them. And we start with ARNC. Want to see if we have some options. They expire May 15th. Okay, so we can already put this in there. So May 15th is when there's the expiration date. And let's say at the 5 strike price, what we can get at a bid ask. You see, this is very thinly traded here. So hard to say. At the 7, we see 20 over 60. So to be honest, with the 5 strike price, we probably can only get 30 cents. You'll see in a moment when we move to BA, Boeing, options that are more heavily traded, that is easier to find the bid-ask price. Well, look at this. If we would get 30 cents, we would make $131 per day. That sounds good. We could actually go as low as 25 and would still meet my criteria. Okay, great. That's good to know. So that's maybe something that we could trade. Scratch that, the bid ask just changed to 15 cents. So realistically, we can probably get only 1. And I know that I'm going fairly quickly here. Again, I have a more extensive class. If you're interested in this, go to my website, rockwelltrading.com, where I'm going through these steps in more detail. I just wanted to give you a high-level overview, how I think, right, how I'm going through this. Let's actually move on to the next one. Let's see BA, if we get enough premium there. I want to do the same, maybe something that expires May 15. So we're doing the same thing here. And again, I'm jumping a little bit back and forth between the Excel spreadsheet. When you have two monitors, it is so much easier. But is this helpful thus far? Are you enjoying this, or is this too boring? Just let me know if you're enjoying this. Give me a quick thumbs up. So let's take a look at the 90 strike price. We would get probably a $1.73. So we have more reliable data here. That does not look good. It would only give me $43 a day. I want to see at least $100 a day. Let's actually move to the next stock here on our list, SPR. So here we're looking at a strike price of 12. We only have a strike price of $12.50. That's not too bad. And May 15, we would get 25 cents. So let's see, $12.50. Also only $44. So let's take a look at the last one, NCLH. So this is Norwegian Cruise Lines. And we're looking at a possible 750 strike. Okay, we can maybe get 30 cents, 35 cents to see if I get the green light for this. And I'm looking at May 15 right here. Oh, $103. You see, I want to make $105. $103. This looks good. So you see how we quickly narrowed it down. Out of all the stocks, let me just repeat the steps here fairly quickly. So what I did in probably 10 minutes or less, no idea how long I've been talking, I went to the stock screener. For today, there were 42 stocks. So out of these 42 stocks, we quickly identified around 4 stocks that we want to take a look at. With these 4 stocks, we then quickly went to the put options calculator and saw that most of them, 3 of them, did not make sense, but NCLH is making sense. Now, again, I know that NCLH is reporting earnings fairly soon. In 12 days, that's actually not too bad. So the earnings supposedly are on May 7th, and we have, our expiration is May 15th. I usually don't hold right into expiration. Usually I'm closing it before expiration. So this actually could be a nice and valid trade. So let's go back here and let's see. This now we can play around a little bit with the expirations, right? So this is where we can see, okay, let's go back to NCLH. If we go for a shorter expiration of May 8th at the 7 strike price, we would probably get 15 cents. Let's see. We would get 15 cents if this makes sense. Going to the 8th. Nope, only $64. So no fun there. So we stay at the at this expiration, stay at the 750, the May 15th. And again, if we could get 35 cents, we would be almost good to go. See, ideally, if we would get 40 cents, we make $118 per day. I want to see a minimum of $105. But again, this is where I also say, don't be a dick for a tick, right? I mean, this is where this looks good. If I can make $103 a day instead of $105, I'll be fine. So out of all these 4, NCLH is the one that I would take a closer look at. Now, as you might have noticed, just right now as we're talking, everything went to zero because the market's closed right now. So this is definitely a stock that I will take a look at the next trading day. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share. I hope this helps. Now, by now you know how to find the best stocks if you want to sell options. And if you enjoyed this, do me a favor and click like, and also consider subscribing to my channel. And right now there should be several videos on the screen that might be helpful for you. So if any of these videos sounds good to you, just click on this and I'll see you in the next video.